Okay, no sound business, only serious business. So, a quick, no Samhita. So, did anybody send me the topic that I had asked for? That what you guys want to cover in next 3 class, meaning today's class, tomorrow's class, and the next Saturday's class. Nobody has probably sent me a topic. Yeah, Vivan?
I said I sent you about it.
Yeah, okay, so read it for me. Probably, yeah. Tell me the name of the topic.
I basically said can we learn about the slope intercept form and y equals kx?
Okay, slope intercept form. So basically we are talking about linear equation and trying to relate that with the slope intercept form. Correct?
Yeah. And sir, can you teach us the y equals kx thingy?
Y equal to kx. Okay?
The slope intercept.
Same thing, yeah. Alright. So then we are going to talk. Somebody is hiding behind the. Okay. So I'm just thinking, what do I do? Oh yeah, this is better. Okay. So we'll talk about the linear equation and then different forms of a linear equation. Okay. So one is called standard form, one is called slope intercept form, right? So let's first recall how much do we remember what is a linear equation. So I'm hoping none of you will come back to me and say, hey sir, I forgot what is linear equation. Will anybody say so?
I don't remember it now. I should do
No.
worksheet today.
Okay. Nobody will say that. Okay. Now. Yep, everyone.
I will say it.
You'll say it? You forgot what is linear equation?
No.
No.
But if I did, I would say it.
Okay. So now linear equation as we discussed in the past, linear equation is nothing but an equation that draws a straight line in a coordinate plane. So when we say coordinate plane, we are essentially talking about
The 4 quadrants.
two number lines perpendicular to each other. This number line is called x and this number line is called y. So we call it x-axis and this is y-axis. Yes, sure. Now these are two number lines. So number lines is nothing without numbers. We have these numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is -1, -2, -3, -4. So on so forth. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. Okay. So there are two number lines fighting with each other at 90 degree. Yep. Or crossing each other at 90 degree. Yep. Agree with me? So Sanvi, just because you joined a few minutes ago, we are going through the linear equation one more time, and we are trying to revise what is the standard form of a linear equation and what is the slope intercept form.
You missed the -4 and 5.
That's it. I did not do it purposefully. Okay. Hello, Garima.
Hello.
So Garima and Sanvi, since you guys joined a couple of minutes ago, so we are today doing linear equations and different forms of linear equation. Okay, and an open invitation and open offer to all of you as in everybody in the class is, except Arav, is that we have 2 more classes after today's class, which is tomorrow's class and the next Saturday's class, where we'll randomly pick some topic based on your preference, except Arav's preference.
Wait.
Okay, don't go way too far. Let me
No,
complete.
it's not about that.
Uh-huh.
Do you still have like that Wednesday class thingy?
Wednesday class?
Like the where you pick it, where you
No,
the topic?
that one I stopped because nobody was trying. So anyways, coming back to the point. So next 2 classes after today's class, we will randomly pick some topics and finish them. And then from 1st of February, which is the next week's first Sunday, or next week's Sunday, we will start the level 2 entire syllabus from beginning to the end. Redo the whole thing, okay? We'll probably go a little fast because there will be some topics that will be easy peasy, which you guys would not want to spend a lot of time on. So those ones we'll skim through a little faster, but then otherwise we'll redo the whole syllabus one more time to make sure that any and every concept that you guys need to learn from 6th to till 8th grade, that is covered in one more iteration before your final exams or before your school ends, okay? So that's the good. Now, today we picked up linear equation. Now linear equation, when you say, we are simply talking about an equation which draws a straight line. Very simple. I am not giving you an option because I know you will have options. I mean, we will see, okay? Don't take it personally. Now coming back to the linear equation. Let's say an equation is 5x plus 6y plus 3 equal to 0. This is an equation, and this is a linear equation because the maximum power to x and y is 1. So that's the first criteria. Any equation where you are representing the relationship between x and y, where the maximum power to the variable x and y is 1, that is a linear equation, okay? And that will draw a straight line. That we have seen, right? I mean, you can put value of x and y and put the table and draw the lines, right? That draws a line for us. I'm not doing that right now because if I do that again, that will probably waste a lot of time for you guys, unless you guys want me to do that. Anybody who is not clear about how to draw a line with the linear equation? Everybody remembers that, right?
I forgot. I forgot.
Okay, I have one person asking for it. Garima, Sanvi, anybody would want me to repeat, or Sanvita, how to draw a line with a linear equation?
No, that's good.
That's good. Okay. Now, so but unfortunately, there's one child in the class who wants me to draw it. So I will draw it. I was just checking whether I'm still recording my class or not. So I have, let's say, linear equation. I'm saying y equal to 4x minus 3. Okay? And I have to see, this is a linear equation because this is y to the power 1, x to the power 1, meaning it's a linear equation to draw a straight line. How? Let's put that. So first thing you do is, you put a table and find out some value for x and y. We'll just try to find two values of x and y. When x is 0, y is minus 3. When x is 0, y equals minus 3. When y is 0, x is 3 by 4. When y is 0, 4x minus 3 will be equal to 0. So 4x will be 3 and x will be 3 by 4. So we got two values, x 0, y minus 3, meaning here 0, x is 0 and y is minus 3. And second point is x is 3 by 4, x is 3 by 4, so less than 1 and y is 0. So this is my second point. I can join these 2 points and that becomes my straight line. Okay. Now, am I back? Okay. Now, any linear equation draws a straight line. And we saw it one more time. And how to draw a line also, that everybody knows. Now, you can write the linear equation in different ways, or represent the linear equation in different ways. One is called the standard form, which is ax plus by plus c equal to 0. This is the most standard form, okay, of a linear equation, where this is the coefficient of x, this is the coefficient of y, and this is the constant value. If you relate with this equation, right, if I put everything on one side, so it becomes y minus 4x minus 3 equal to 0. What is the value of a? A is the coefficient of x. So here you can say, when you compare that with the standard equation, you will see that a equal to minus 4. This one. What is the value of b? B is the coefficient of y. What is the coefficient of y? What is multiplied with y here? Nothing but 1. And what is the value of c? C is your constant term, minus 3. Yeah. So any linear equation, you can relate that with the standard form, and you can find out the coefficients. This is a simple thing. Now let's do some cleanup. Now I have a line like this, a linear equation drawing a line like this, a line like this, a line like this, a line like this.
You can have multiple ways.
Okay? So I have 4 linear equations. When I use those equations to draw the line, I got 4 different lines. What is the difference between these 4 lines at a very high level? Quick.
They head to different directions.
Okay.
They're all in different angles.
Okay. Different angles. Any other thoughts? I had 4 equations. I used those equations to draw the lines. Yeah.
They have different points.
Lines don't have points. Lines are indefinite, right?
Like when you when you graph them.
I mean, obviously, the points have to be different. This is how the lines are different, right? So, any other thoughts? Any other point of view by seeing these 4 lines? What is different about these 4 lines? Yeah, Dikshita.
That they're going different ways.
Different ways. Okay. What else? Lakshita, Tanu, throw some creative ideas. Something that you observe. Or let me give you guys one more clue. This line, this line, this line, this line. What is the difference between these 4 lines? Yeah, Vivan.
So they're all steeper. They all have like different levels of the steepness.
They have different levels of steepness. Okay. Yeah, Dikshita.
Why do you say that?
The same thing. Yeah, Gitesh.
They're on different places of the graph.
Different places of the graph, maybe. But one thing that you're seeing is, see, this is shallow. This is becoming steep. This is becoming steep, even steeper, right? And this steepness is called slope. And that was your question, Vivan, right? You wanted to talk about the slope-intercept form of a line. So one thing we saw is these lines have different steepness or different slopes. Okay, and we'll come to that. Okay. Yeah. And so, but when you look at these lines also, you see that they have different angles that they are making with. See, what is the slope? Slope is nothing but this is my surface on the earth. This is my, let's say I have a slide. This is very easy one. A difficult slide. Slope is becoming more and more. So slope is against the ground, against the x-axis. You should see this, right? So this line's slope against, or the angle that is making with the x-axis is different from this line's angle, is different from this line's angle, is different from this line's angle, right? So they are making different angles with the x-axis, and that is what is your slope. Okay? Now how do you find the slope? So now look at this. When you are seeing this, let me make it a little cleaner for you guys to be able to interpret. So let's put one line this way and other line this way. Okay? Yeah, Gitesh, you have a question? No. Okay. So Garima and Sarvita, you guys are very quiet. So is Lokshita. So keep asking questions, okay? Whenever I between this line and this line, one thing is very clear. This has less slope. This has more slope. Yeah. If you are sliding down this one, you will slide faster, and if you are sliding down this one, you will slide slowly. You can literally walk. Yeah. So this has less slope and this has more slope. Yeah. That is one way of looking at it. Now, what does slope mean? See, between, let's say this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, here in this case, when the slope is less, meaning the value of y, if you look at the y coordinate of this point and y coordinate of this point, when x change, this is my x-axis, this is my y-axis. Look at this. When x value changed from 2 to 3, this changed by 1 unit. How much did y change? It changed from 1 to probably 1.25 or 1.3. In this case, look at this. 1, 2, 3. This is -1, -2, -3. When this changed from -3 to 2, meaning it changed by 1 unit. See what happened. The value of y, which was 0 before, changed to by 2 units. So in this case, when value of x changed by 1 unit, y changed only by 0.25. But in this case, when value of x changed by 1 unit, value of y changed by 2 units. So that is another way of looking at slope. Meaning when the slope is less, meaning for every change of x-axis is changing y by a little bit. When slope is more, every change of x is bringing a rapid change in y. See, when the line is like vertically this way, you are changing x little bit and y changes this much. So, meaning when your value of y is changing much faster for every change of x by 1 unit, that means your slope is more. Let me take you guys away from math and talk only in English. When I'm saying slope is less, meaning my y is changing slowly. When I say my slope is more, my y is changing very fast. Fast as in, for every change of x, when my x value changes from here to here, y change only this much. In this case, when I change by 1 unit, y change this much. So you can see this. This is the difference. When slope is less, your y is changing slowly. When slope is more, your y is changing faster. So slope is also nothing but change in value of y for every change of x. This is what turns out to be your slope. Let's say y changed by 5 units and x changed by 2 units, meaning every change of x is resulting into 5 by 2 change in y. Okay?
What's the equation?
No, don't overburden yourself by just looking at the equation. First, get the concept deep into your mind, heart, soul, knees,
No, I was just asking.
elbow, wherever it is. Okay, now we'll come to that. What I'm saying is, when you say slope, I am saying slope is more or less. Meaning, imagine this like a child, that you are going to you have 2 options to go on 2 different slopes. Okay, 2 slides. One has a higher slope, which is like this. You sit here, you fall, and you might end up breaking your knee. You go to another slide where the slope is less. You can slide down gently, carefully, without hurting yourself.
I like the first one.
Right? So what happens is, this is the slide where you are not, this vertical distance is changing slowly. In this case, the vertical distance, see, between here and here, how much it has changed? Probably 10. For 3 or 4 units of change, this has changed by 10. If I have a slope like this, you will see that it has changed by probably 5 units for this much of change of x. So, slope, in mathematical terms, you can say a slope of a line means how fast your y is changing. If your y is changing very fast, for every change of x, slope is more. If your y is changing slowly for every change of x, then your slope is less. Is that an okay statement to digest? Yeah? Garima, Sanvi with me? Okay. Dikshita, no questions? Thanu, no concerns? Okay. Now I'll randomly keep on asking. Myra, which slope you want to go to? Slope where it is high or where it is low? You have to answer that, Myra. Otherwise, I'll go to the room where you are sitting and joining online.
And we do high.
You'll go to high. Yeah, don't go to very high slope one because it might be dangerous. So if you have a slide like this, you just start and you'll bang your head right after that. So yeah, jokes apart, the point is slope of any line means how fast your y is changing for every change of x. So how much y has changed, how much x has changed. If you get this ratio, this is your slope. Okay?
That's the slope equation.
So now, if you go back to your equation, let's say 3x plus y minus 7 equal to 0. Okay? And we will do that quickly. X, y. When x is 0, how much is y?
3.
X is 0, y is 7. This is 7.
Oh my bad.
When y is 0, how much is x?
7 over 3.
7 over 3. Now look at this. How much y changed from 7 to 0 to 7? So I'm saying slope equals how much y changed? This 7 minus 0 divided by change in x. 0 minus 7 by 3. Okay?
Whatever.
This is my slope.
It's like, which one is like the number 1 is the number?
So let's say this is number 1, this is number 2. So y changed from this to this, or this is, let's say this is 2 and this is 1. Whichever way, it's fine, it's all the same. Yeah, Nitesh.
Isn't there a formula?
Formula, I don't like it. Now I'm saying relate to the concept. So this is what turns out to be the formula also. So it says slope of a linear equation is y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. That is the formula. I am saying forget about the formula. Slope simply means how fast your y is changing for every change of x. Meaning how much y changed. What was the final value of y from previous value of y, and what was the final value of x, and what was the previous value of x. If I take this as a final value, this is the initial value, my y2 minus y1 is 7 minus 0, x2 minus x1 is 0 minus 7 by 3.
So it will be 7 in the negative because 0 by 7.
I don't like numbers and answers. You know that, right?
I like answers.
I don't like answers.
You like equations.
I like concepts. Answers, if I like answers, if I get one answer, the day I forget, I will lose my identity. If I like concept, I can give birth to hundreds of answers. I can derive my own answers. That is the difference between knowing answers and knowing concepts. If you know concepts, you can solve hundreds, thousands of problems by yourself. Okay. So that's why I keep emphasizing, bothering, torturing you guys to say, don't worry about the answer, worry about the concept. Okay. All right. Coming back to this one. Now, so this gives me slope of 7 by minus 7 by 3. So this becomes 7 divided by minus 7 by 3. Or this becomes 7 multiplied by minus 3 by 7. And this becomes,
-3.
slope became -3. Now you go back to this equation. Okay? Okay? So slope became -3. Okay, let's stop it there. Now let's draw this also on the coordinate plane. Everybody with me, right? I have just took this equation, found out two values of x and y, and from this I tried finding slope, meaning how much y has changed from change of x. Okay? Yeah.
So is the -3 the change from x or y? Or both?
Slope is the rate of change of y,
So it's
meaning
Yeah.
how much y is changing for every change of x.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Which about 7 times -3 by 7?
7 divided by minus 7 by 3. So 7 divided by minus 7 by 3.
multiplied.
This division becomes multiplication
Yeah, you switch it.
and flips. So it became -3.
It became positive 7.
Now nothing, it became nothing. It became -3. Huh? So far whatever I have done, you guys are with me, right? I've done nothing fancy. I took an equation, found out two combination of x and y with this contract, and with our understanding of slope, I have found out how much y changed for the change of x, and I got -3. This is my slope for now. Okay, I'm just stopping it here. Okay. Now, since we found these 2 points, let's draw it also. Okay. 0, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. And then this is -1, -2, -3. 0 and 7. So 0 and 7. So when x is 0, y is 7. Oh, so this guy is somewhere here. 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is 1 point. Okay. Now, second point is 7 by 3 and 0. So x is 7 by 3. So 7 by 3 will be little more than 2. Okay. Join these two. Okay. Yes. So now one thing you would have noticed here is, because I got a point 0 and 7, it is cutting the y-axis at point this. Correct? Yeah? I'm not here to listen to your song. Only one person singing, that is me right now.
Sinking.
Mathematical song. Now, 0 and 7 is the point where this line is intercepting the y-axis. Yeah? So, two takeaways from what we have done. We had this equation, we found 2 points, from that we found the slope as -3, and then we found that it crosses or touches or intersects the y-axis at this point. Yeah? So notice this point 7, and notice this point -3, okay? Just keep that in mind. Now, what I will do is, I'll rewrite this equation. 3x plus y minus 7 equal to 0. What I will do is, I'll write y on one side and make everything move to other side. So this 7 goes here, becomes plus 7, and this 3x goes to that side, becomes minus 3x. Okay?
Okay.
Now, there is a standard form, like we have standard form for linear equation called ax plus by plus c equal to 0. There is a standard way you can write the second form, which is called y-intercept form, and that intercept form is y equal to mx plus c, and this m is nothing but the slope, and then this c is nothing but the y-intercept, meaning the point where it touches the y-axis.
So that's a formula.
That's a form. I mean, that's a standard formula. Yeah. I mean that's how you can relate. So if you have a line written like this is called the standard form of a linear equation. This is called the y-intercept form, meaning y equal to mx plus c, where m is the slope and c is the point where it touches the y-axis. Okay. Now look at this. We got -3 as the slope.
What was C again?
C is the y-intercept. C is the point where the line touches the y-axis.
C is cake. Food.
That's a crab, and I'll not entertain that. Okay. Alright. Now, y equal to -3x plus 7. This was my equation. This equation, right? Here, what do you see? -3. What is this one? Slope. What is this one? -3. Slope. What is C? C is the y-intercept, meaning where it touches the y-axis. What did we find here? 7. What do you see here?
7.
So, now connecting the dots. If you have an equation, any linear equation, you can relate that with this form, where m is the slope and c is the point where it touches the y-axis. Now you just look at this equation. All this drama and circus we did with this equation to find out the slope, you have this information ready made in front of you. If you just would have related this with this form of the equation.
Oh. So all we have to figure out is the slope?
Yeah, so -3 is your slope. You're just relating that. 7 is nothing but the point on the y-axis where it is touching the y-axis. Who all are confused and who all are not? And it's okay to be confused.
Too easy.
Nobody's confused? So if I put the story together, right? I believe strongly in storytelling. Meaning whatever we learn, if you are able to frame a story out of it, then that sticks with you.
Me too.
So when one person is telling a story, second person also tries telling a story, that becomes
A disaster.
A
Chaos.
story.
a chaos. So keep your stories are precious. Use that in the right time. Okay? Don't let it go down the drain when somebody else is also narrating his story. Wait for your turn. That's communication. Yep. So, yeah, Gitesh, you had a question.
I'm a little confused.
Very nice. I love when you guys get confused. That gives me an opportunity. Okay? Alright, anybody else? And it's fine. It's perfectly fine. I have never understood everything in one go.
Only bit by bit.
Step by step. Yeah. Anybody else? So, okay. So, yeah. What is that?
I'm a little confused.
Okay, fine. So two of the kids are confused. So let's quickly do a recap of what I did. Now this time I will go with a presumed understanding of things. Now, like if you have a linear equation, so Garima, Sanvita, are you with me? Or you guys are getting bored? No? Okay. Okay. Lokshita, with me, beta? Okay. Alright. So, any linear equation draws a straight line for us, no confusion, no doubt. If you have to prove it, you simply put the linear equation y plus 3x minus 7. This was my equation, right? So, whenever you have a linear equation, what you do is you find out value of x and y by putting some value of x and get a corresponding value of y, or vice versa, and you find 2 points and you draw it on a coordinate plane. This part is clear? No problem? Now, what I am saying is, so any linear equation draws a straight line and we know how to draw it. There is a way you can always represent that in the standard form, which is called ax plus by plus c equal to 0. Where a is the coefficient of x, b is the coefficient of y, c is the constant part. This is one form. Likewise, you can also represent the linear equation in another form, which is not called standard form, that's called y-intercept form. Y-intercept form is nothing but y equal to mx plus c, where c is the intercept, meaning c is the point where it crosses the y-axis. That's why it's called y-intercept form, meaning where it is intercepting the y-axis, where it is cutting the y-axis, where it is meeting the y-axis. Okay? That's why it's called y-intercept form, where it is meeting the y-axis. C is the point where it is meeting the y-axis. And then this m is nothing but a slope. Is the slope less, more, positive, negative? That is what m is. Okay? Now, conceptually also we know that slope of a line simply means how shallow or steep the line is. Now, shallow or steep means what? How fast your y is changing, how fast you are vertically changing. Correct? This line and this line, this is y is changing slowly for every change of x. Here, y is changing fast for every change of x. Right? That's what is slope. Yeah.
But for the y-intercept slope, can you like match it with that problem?
Yeah, so that's what I'm just trying to first connect the dots. See, I can always say that you have a linear equation, this is the y-intercept form, convert that to this form and find the slope. But that would not cut ice, because you'll say, okay fine, you gave me a y-intercept form today, tomorrow you will give me some other form, day after tomorrow you will give me one more form, and you are good at telling stories, so you'll keep on telling stories and I'll keep on getting confused. So that is why I'm saying the y-intercept form and then relating that with what does slope mean, what does intercept mean. So you're not blindly forced to follow what I'm saying, I'm just relating that with the concept also. Okay. Now, so Gitesh, so far you are with me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Now, we know that slope means how fast my y is changing. So, from this, what we did was, we could compare that with this also, but what we did was, we looked at this equation, say, okay fine, when x is 0, y is 7. When when y is 0, x is 7 by 3. So we looked at this and we plotted the line 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 4, 6, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now 0 and 7, meaning when x is 0, y is 7. So it is somewhere here. This is my first point. When x is 7 by 3, 7 by 3 will be a little more than 2 and y is 0. So this is my second point. Join these 2 points. You got this slope. You got this line. Now, from this one, if you have this information, how do you find the slope? Slope is y2 minus y1, meaning how much y changed for the change of x. So what is your y2? Let's say this is 2, this is 1. So y2 is 7 minus 0, 7 minus 0, and this is 0 minus 7 by 3. So from this you got slope equal to 7 divided by minus 7 by 3, which gives you minus 3. Okay? Yeah?
Yeah.
Gitesh, with me? Yeah?
How do you do 7 by 3 divided by 7 by 3.
7 minus 0 divided by 0 minus 7 by 3. So this became 7 by 7 minus 7 by 3. How do you do 7 by 7 minus 7 by 3? Is that what you are asking?
Yeah.
Times.
So this is simple. You can say, I keep on saying, fractions are my best friend. Right? This is a whole number and this is a fraction. I'll convert this also into fraction, 7 by 1, and then divide it by minus 7 by 3. This is what I have. Correct? I have 7 divided by 7 minus 7 by 3, right? I said, instead of 7, I said 7 by 1 divided by minus 7 by 3. This is okay?
Okay.
Now, I don't like division. I don't know how to do division. I only know multiplication.
Womp womp. No one cares about
So no time for womp or any nonsensical stuff. 7 by 1 divided by this. I don't like division or I don't know division. I convert that to multiplication always. As soon as I converted division to multiplication, somebody got super upset and started dancing or playing.
That's a lot.
It became this. Okay?
So the negative stays?
So negative stays. Negative doesn't change.
And that equals 3.
So 7 and 7, tic-tac-toe, we have minus 3.
I'm so smart.
Okay?
No.
So from this, we got slope as minus 3. Okay? Gitesh, are you with me?
Yeah.
So you got slope as minus 3. Your slope form says, slope intercept form says, this is your slope. So in place of m, you can write minus 3. Now, C is the intercept where it touches the y-axis. You already found that this touches the y-axis at 7. So in place of C, you can write a 7. Okay? So your equation is y equal to minus 3x plus 7. Look at your equation. It's the same equation actually. Y equal to minus 3x plus 7. If you look at this one, y equals, this goes to other side, becomes minus 3x, and this minus 7 becomes plus 7. Y equal to minus 3x plus 7. This and this are the same. Yeah?
Why did you just change like the symbols for 7 with 3x?
Huh?
Because 7 is the point for number 2. And negative 3x is the slope.
No, how do you like flip the symbols?
Because
Like it's plus negative.
Okay. If there's a question that he has to ask, he'll ask it at home. Okay. Let me do my job. Yeah.
So like how did you flip from like positive 3x to negative 3x and negative 7 or positive 7?
So it's very simple. It's like you are trying to cross the border. Okay? If I have y plus 3x minus 7 equal to 0. Okay? I want to keep y on one side. I want to know what is the value of y. Okay, I'll say y equal to what? I don't know. That means if I have to keep y on one side, that means these two guys are not needed here. They have to move out. They have to cross the border.
oh.
Do it at home in front of everyone, not here. Okay? Now, this 3x plus 3x becomes minus 3x plus 7 becomes minus 7 becomes plus 7. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. So now, question to everybody: did you guys understand what did I do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't
Yeah.
match it.
So, a summary of this. I purposefully wasted everybody's 1 hour
What?
because I was not trying to give you guys a formula. So, see that is how you guys remember, right? Meaning, if you look at, this is the slope intercept form. Okay? For linear equation, this is the slope intercept form. What is m? That is your slope. What is c? This is where the line touches the y-axis. So if you have an equation like 4x minus 3y plus 12 equal to 0, and people say find out the slope of this line and find out where it touches the y-axis. What will you do? Convert this into this form first. Meaning keep y on one side. Move to other side so that it becomes plus. So it becomes 4x plus 12 equal to 3y. Or 3y equal to 4x plus 12.
I thought it was negative 4x plus
No, why?
minus 12 because you flipped it.
No, I just moved this guy to other side. So minus 3y became plus 3y. That's it.
Okay.
So now y will be equal to 4x plus 12 by 3, which means 4 by 3x plus 12 by 3 or 4. Okay. So this whole equation can be rewritten like this, or it becomes y equal to 4 by 3x plus 4. Now what is your slope? This is your slope. Where it meets the y-axis? This is where it meets the y-axis.
That's so big brain.
Yeah, Dikshita.
Isn't the 3y, isn't that supposed to be negative 3y?
No, because see, what did we do? Here if you look at this, I wanted to keep y on one side. Okay, so I moved this guy to other side so that I have only 4x and 12 left here. So minus 3y when it crosses the border, minus becomes plus. Yeah?
Oh, okay.
Yeah? So I flipped this so that 4x plus 12 equal to 3y or 3y equal to 4x plus 12. Same thing, right? So that's what I did. Yeah?
Yeah.
So one thing, okay, I'm not bragging about myself. It is a request to you all. Whenever you see me solving a problem, you will see that I am telling a story. I did this, then 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 I come to this point. Right? And then I'm relating this with this slope intercept form. So my advice, recommendation, request, whatever it is, right, to you all is, when you are doing sums, make sure that you do it step by step. That's a thumb rule that will take you to places. Okay, I'm not saying that this has taken me places, but it will take you to places for sure. Now you guys will tell me, right? I said that I wasted everybody's 1 hour. That was. Do you know when to react with what response? Yeah, sooner the better. Now, when you have, what I was trying to do, I did not give you guys just this formula and say, okay, fine, map it with this, and then you find the slope, you find the y-intercept. I did not do that on purpose, because then you guys would have been confused that what is slope. That's where I explained you guys, slope means how shallow or steep the line is against the x-axis. And what exactly that means is how fast your y is changing. And we saw that by doing what we have been doing for this long, right? And when we saw it with respect to that, it was easy to relate, right? So when we came to this equation, comparing with this one, it did not come as a surprise. You guys did not feel that I imposed that knowledge on you just because I wanted you guys to learn the slope intercept form. So that was my reason for wasting everybody's time or investing that time to get the right concept. Are you guys clear, or you would want to take me to a corner and then trash me? Okay. All right. So then, if no doubt, I will let you guys go, have fun, and be ready to get more time for yourself to practice these. Okay. Slope intercept form, standard form. Now all these sound very cryptic at times, okay, because that is how it is constructed. People deal with math as if this is the most complex thing in life, wherein if you put your head together, if you visualize what you learn, what you do, why you do, right, if you keep on asking those questions to yourself, I took my sweet 5 minutes to explain you why I wasted your time and what was the reason for it, right? That was just to give you that conviction in your thought that no, this is important because this is how you relate. Yep. Story is done. Story time is done. Alright, have fun. See you guys tomorrow, same time. Yep. Lakshita, Garima, everybody okay? Sanvi? Yep. Alright, bye bye. Take care then. See you tomorrow. Yep, bye bye. Yep, bye bye.
Sir,
Yep.
did you get y equals